When you forgive, you free yourself from the emotional weight that you've been carrying, allowing your heart to heal and to grow in ways you never thought possible. Finally, unlocking your heart means stepping into your purpose with boldness and confidence. Every one of us has a calling, a unique purpose that is waiting to be fulfilled. It's easy to get caught up in fear or doubt, but the truth is that the world is waiting for what you have to offer. Your heart knows your purpose, and it's time for you to step into it fully. You don't have to wait for the perfect conditions or the perfect timing. The moment is now. When you unlock your heart, you unlock the door to your destiny. The world needs what you have inside of you. The gifts, talents, and passion that you carry are meant to be shared. Your heart is a vessel of purpose, and when you step into that purpose, you become a beacon of light and hope for others. So don't wait any longer. Take the first step, even if it feels scary. Step into your purpose with confidence, knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. When you unlock your heart, you unlock your destiny, and there is no limit to the impact you can make. Life often presents us with moments that leave us feeling broken, defeated, or disconnected from who we truly are. But in these moments of darkness, something powerful is waiting to emerge within you. When you begin to break free from the limitations that past experiences have placed upon you, you realize that you hold the key to your own transformation. Many of us carry old wounds, regret, shame, or guilt that we've allowed to dictate our actions, our decisions, and our view of ourselves. These wounds become layers of protection, yet they also keep us bound. They create stories that we believe are true about ourselves, stories that tell us we're not enough, not worthy, or not capable of stepping into a brighter future. The truth is, these stories are not who you are. They are the remnants of your past, and they do not define your potential. To unlock your heart, you must confront these limiting beliefs. The moment you start to release the grip that your past has on you, you create space for new possibilities to emerge. This is not about forgetting your past. It's about understanding that you are not your past. Your future holds infinite possibilities, and you can step into that future free from the weight of past hurts and mistakes. Releasing those limitations is one of the most liberating actions you can take. It's an act of courage, and it's an essential part of unlocking your heart. As you move beyond the limits imposed by your past, you make room for a new chapter, one where you can create a life that reflects who you truly are and what you truly deserve. You're not chained to the stories of yesterday. You are free to rewrite your narrative and create a new path forward, one filled with hope, growth, and endless opportunities. To truly unlock your heart, you need to step into your own vulnerability. For so many, vulnerability is often seen as a weakness or something to be avoided. It's viewed as an opening for others to hurt us, to see our flaws, or to judge us. But vulnerability is not weakness. It is, in fact, one of the greatest strengths you can possess. Vulnerability is the pathway to healing. When you open your heart to vulnerability, you allow yourself to feel deeply, to connect authentically with others, and to experience the beauty of life in its rawest form. It's about being honest with yourself, acknowledging your fears, your hopes, your struggles, and your dreams without fear of judgment. Vulnerability is not about exposing yourself to harm. Rather, it is about trusting that by showing up as your true self, you open the door for growth, connection, and healing. It allows you to break down the walls that keep you isolated, and it invites you to experience life as it was meant to be experienced, full of connection, love, and authenticity. When you embrace vulnerability, you create space for your heart to expand, for your spirit to heal, and for you to become more of the person you were always meant to be. You can't unlock your heart by staying hidden behind layers of protection and fear. Vulnerability is the key that allows your true self to shine, and it's through embracing this vulnerability that you will find the strength to overcome anything life throws your way. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you allow yourself to live fully, to experience life in its deepest, most meaningful form. It's a powerful step toward reclaiming your heart and living the life you've always desired. Vulnerability isn't just a weakness. It's the very thing that will unlock the fullness of your heart, giving you the courage to take the steps toward healing, growth, and transformation. One of the most transformative aspects of unlocking your heart is the realization that perfection is not required to be worthy of love, success, or happiness. So often we live under the misconception that we must have everything figured out, be flawless in every way, or appear to have it all together in order to be accepted or to deserve happiness. But the reality is that the pursuit of perfection only holds us back. It keeps us trapped in a cycle of striving, of comparison, and of constantly feeling inadequate. When you embrace imperfection, you liberate yourself from the burden of having to meet impossible standards. You allow yourself to be human, to make mistakes, and to grow. Imperfection is where real beauty lies. It's in the moments when we stumble, when we fail, when we get up again with a little more wisdom and a little more resilience. It's in those moments that our hearts grow, that we learn what it means to be truly alive. Unlocking your heart requires you to let go of the need for everything to be perfect and to embrace the messy, beautiful process of becoming. Life is about growth, and growth comes through trial, error, and learning. Perfection does not foster growth, it stifles it. When you allow yourself to let go of the illusion of perfection, you create space for true transformation. You free yourself from the weight of unrealistic expectations and start living with authenticity, embracing the beauty of your journey with all of its twists and turns. You are worthy not because you are perfect, but because you are real. And it is in your realness that your heart will find its true freedom. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect version of yourself to emerge. Unlock your heart now in all of your imperfection and step boldly into the person you are always meant to become. Many people spend their lives carrying grudges, holding on to pain and resentment because they believe that holding on to their anger or hurt somehow gives them control over the situation. But in reality, holding on to these negative emotions only keeps us bound and prevents us from experiencing the freedom we so deeply crave. Forgiveness is the key to unlocking your heart, not just for others, but for yourself. It's about releasing the grip that the past holds over you and choosing to step into a life of peace and healing. When you forgive, you free yourself from the emotional chains that have kept you stuck in a cycle of bitterness or regret. Forgiveness does not mean condoning someone's hurtful actions, nor does it mean forgetting. It's about choosing to let go of the emotional burden that weighs you down and choosing to move forward without the weight of that hurt holding you back. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, not the person who wronged you. It's a powerful act of self-love that enables you to reclaim your peace and your joy. It is through forgiveness that you allow your heart to heal and grow. You no longer allow past hurts to dictate your future or rob you of your present. When you forgive, you step into freedom. You unlock your heart to the possibilities of love, healing, and joy. Forgiveness isn't easy, but it is necessary for growth. It is one of the most powerful ways to unlock your heart and set yourself free. Often we become so focused on the destination that we forget about the journey itself. We live with an underlying sense of urgency to reach some ideal state, some version of ourselves that is perfect and complete. But the truth is, life isn't about achieving perfection or ticking off a list of accomplishments. It's about embracing the beauty of the journey. Unlocking your heart means embracing where you are right now, fully and unapologetically. It means recognizing that every experience you've had, every twist and turn in your path, has shaped you into the person you are today. The road to unlocking your heart is not about rushing toward the finish line. It's about embracing each moment, every lesson, and every step along the way. The beauty of life lies not in a flawless destination, but in the messy, imperfect moments that lead us to greater self-awareness and deeper connection with the world around us. When you embrace your journey, you give yourself permission to let go of the pressure of perfection. You allow yourself to live in the present, knowing that every step is part of your growth. Life is about progress, not perfection. You're not meant to have it all figured out today, and you're not meant to do everything perfectly. The key to unlocking your heart is to let go of the need for control and to trust the process. When you embrace your journey, you unlock your capacity to love yourself fully, to appreciate the lessons, and to see the value in every single moment, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Every experience you encounter is an opportunity for growth, and every moment spent on your journey is a moment worth celebrating. As you begin to unlock your heart, you will start to notice that your life begins to shift. The world opens up to you in new ways, and you begin to see things from a different perspective. You might feel more alive, more connected, and more at peace with yourself. But for many people, the greatest challenge isn't recognizing their strength, embracing their vulnerability, or forgiving others. The real challenge is stepping into their purpose. Your heart knows what it's meant to do. It's whispering to you, urging you to take that first step toward your true calling. But the fear of the unknown can paralyze us. We worry about failure, about judgment, and about what others will think. We doubt ourselves and wonder if we're truly capable of living the life we've always dreamed of. The key to unlocking your heart lies in answering the call of your purpose. You don't need to have it all figured out, just take the first step. Stepping into your purpose requires courage, but it also requires faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your journey, and faith that everything you need will fall into place as you move forward. Your purpose doesn't need to be a grand, earth-shattering event. It's the work, the passion, and the impact you have on others and on the world around you. It's the way you show up every day, the way you love and serve others, and the way you live with intention. When you step into your purpose, you unlock a deeper level of joy and fulfillment. Your heart aligns with your actions, and you begin to live with greater authenticity and passion. Don't let fear hold you back. Step into your purpose now and trust that every step forward is a step toward the life you were always meant to lead. Your purpose is waiting for you, and it's time for you to embrace it with both hands and an open heart. For many of us, the act of unlocking our heart requires a shift in how we perceive ourselves. Too often, we are our own harshest critics. We hold ourselves to impossible standards, constantly comparing ourselves to others and believing that we are not enough as we are. But the truth is that you are more than enough. You are created with a unique purpose, a beautiful heart, and a spirit that is worthy of love and joy. The key to unlocking your heart is embracing who you are in all of your beauty, imperfection, and strength. This means silencing the negative voices inside your head, the ones that tell you that you're not good enough, that you'll never measure up, or that you have to be someone you're not in order to be loved or successful. Unlocking your heart begins with the radical act of self-love. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing yourself for the incredible person that you are. It's about affirming your worth and recognizing that you deserve all the love, joy, and success that the world has to offer. When you embrace yourself, flaws and all, you give yourself the gift of freedom. You no longer need to seek validation from others because you've already validated yourself. Self-love isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's about knowing your worth at your core. It's about understanding that you are deserving of peace, happiness, and fulfillment. When you unlock your heart, you open yourself up to the fullness of life. You begin to attract positive experiences, relationships, and opportunities because you are living in alignment with your true self. And as you continue to practice self-love, you'll find that your heart grows even more expansive, more open, and more ready to give and receive love in the most beautiful ways. Life has a way of presenting us with challenges that test our resolve, that shake us to our core and force us to confront our deepest fears. But it's in these challenges that we discover what we're truly made of. Unlocking your heart requires the strength to face life head-on, no matter how difficult or painful the journey may be. It means choosing to rise after every fall, to learn from every setback, and to keep moving forward despite the obstacles in your way. Strength doesn't come from avoiding challenges. It comes from facing them with grace, resilience, and courage. Life may not always go the way we expect, but we have the ability to adapt and grow in response to whatever comes our way. The key to unlocking your heart is resilience. It's about choosing to keep going even when you feel like giving up, about trusting that everything you need to grow is already within you. Strength isn't just about physical endurance, it's about emotional and mental resilience. It's about the courage to stand firm in your convictions, to trust your heart, and to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve and deepen your connection to your heart. The more you face life's challenges head-on, the more you unlock your heart's true potential. You learn to trust yourself, to trust the process, and to believe that you have everything you need to navigate whatever comes your way. When you embark on the journey of unlocking your heart, one of the most vital realizations you will make is the importance of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of transformation. It's the mirror that reflects your true essence and your deepest desires. For many of us, we go through life operating on autopilot, caught in routines, habits, and patterns that may no longer serve us. We often move from one day to the next without fully stopping to reflect on what is truly meaningful, what we truly want, and who we truly are. But unlocking your heart requires you to pause and listen, to tune into the whispers of your heart and soul. It's about recognizing the thoughts and behaviors that shape your life and deciding which ones to keep and which ones to release. Self-awareness is the process of seeing yourself clearly, understanding your strengths and weaknesses, and being honest with yourself about where you are in your journey. This self-reflection isn't about self-criticism, but rather about self-compassion. It's about accepting yourself and all your complexities while also recognizing areas where you want to grow. When you develop self-awareness, you create the space for clarity and intention. You can make more mindful decisions, align your actions with your values, and start creating a life that reflects who you truly are. As you unlock your heart, self-awareness becomes the guiding compass that keeps you grounded and focused on your true purpose. Another essential key to unlocking your heart is learning how to cultivate a mindset of gratitude. Gratitude has the power to shift your perspective and transform the way you experience life. In a world that often encourages us to focus on what we don't have, what we haven't accomplished, or what we are still lacking, it's easy to become consumed by feelings of scarcity. Yet gratitude is the antidote to scarcity. When you practice gratitude, you begin to notice and appreciate the abundance that already exists in your life. It's not just about being thankful for the big things like success or achievements, but also for the small, everyday blessings, those quiet moments that often go unnoticed. Gratitude allows you to connect with the present moment, to find joy in the simplest things, and to celebrate the beauty that surrounds you. By unlocking your heart through gratitude, you release the grip of dissatisfaction and open yourself up to the richness of life. Gratitude helps to shift your focus from what is missing to what is already present, and this shift in perspective is powerful. It allows you to see the good in yourself, in others, and in the world around you. The practice of gratitude encourages you to cultivate positivity, which in turn helps to attract more abundance and joy into your life. So as you move forward on your journey of unlocking your heart, remember to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Start by appreciating the little things and watch how this practice begins to change the way you experience life. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a powerful mindset that unlocks the door to greater fulfillment, connection, and peace. Another important element in unlocking your heart is learning to trust yourself. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, whether it's with others or with yourself. Unfortunately, many of us struggle with self-doubt and insecurity. We often second-guess ourselves, question our decisions, and fear that we're not capable of achieving our goals. These feelings of self-doubt create a barrier that keeps us from fully embracing our potential. Trusting yourself is about believing in your ability to make decisions, to navigate challenges, and to pursue your dreams with confidence. When you trust yourself, you empower yourself to take risks, make bold choices, and step into the unknown. Trusting yourself also means honoring your intuition and inner wisdom. Your heart knows the way forward. It's time to start listening to it. Unlocking your heart requires you to move beyond fear and self-doubt and to start making decisions based on trust in your own abilities. Self-trust grows over time, and it requires practice and patience. Each time you choose to believe in yourself, each time you take a step forward, you strengthen your trust in your own judgment and capability. As you learn to trust yourself, you open the door to greater confidence, peace, and freedom. When you trust your heart, you unlock your true potential, and nothing is impossible. It's time to let go of the fear of failure and embrace the certainty that you are capable of creating the life you desire. For today, trust in yourself and you will find that the world becomes a much more open and inviting place. As you work toward unlocking your heart, it's essential to recognize the importance of boundaries. For many people, setting boundaries feels difficult or uncomfortable, especially when it involves saying no or standing up for oneself. However, boundaries are not only an essential part of self-care, they are also necessary for protecting your heart. Boundaries allow you to protect your energy, your time, and your emotional well-being. Without healthy boundaries, you may find yourself overwhelmed, drained, or resentful of others. It's important to understand that saying no is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-respect. Boundaries allow you to create space for the things and people that truly nurture you, while also protecting you from toxic or draining situations. When you unlock your heart, you learn to value your own needs and desires. You begin to understand that you cannot pour from an empty cup, and that setting boundaries is a way of ensuring that you have the energy and resources to give to others from a place of abundance. Healthy boundaries also help you to build stronger, more respectful relationships with others. When you communicate your boundaries clearly, you allow others to understand your limits and needs, which fosters a deeper sense of mutual respect and understanding. As you unlock your heart, embrace the power of boundaries. Honor yourself and trust that by setting boundaries, you are creating the conditions for healthier, more fulfilling relationships and a deeper sense of peace within yourself. Finally, unlocking your heart requires a commitment to growth. Growth is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The process of growth involves pushing beyond your comfort zones, embracing new challenges, and stepping into new opportunities. When you choose growth, you choose the path of transformation. You choose to let go of the old limiting beliefs and behaviors that have held you back, and you choose to evolve into the person you are meant to be. Growth can take many forms. It can be emotional, mental, spiritual, or even physical. It's the willingness to continually learn, adapt, and expand your capacity to love, to give, and to receive. Growth is what keeps you moving forward, even when faced with setbacks or obstacles. When you embrace growth, you are not afraid to make mistakes, because you understand that mistakes are simply part of the learning process. Growth requires you to be open to feedback, to be willing to step into the unknown, and to trust that every experience, good or bad, is helping you become the best version of yourself. Unlocking your heart is an ongoing process of growth. It's about continually challenging yourself, continually evolving, and continually opening yourself up to the fullness of life. So embrace the power of growth. Choose to grow every day, and you will find that the possibilities are limitless. As you unlock your heart, you will unlock your true potential and discover that there is no limit to what you can achieve, experience, or become. Growth is the key to unlocking the fullness of your life and your heart. The journey of unlocking your heart requires you to embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it is one of the greatest strengths we can possess. It's the ability to show up in the world as our authentic selves, without the mask of perfection or fear of judgment. Vulnerability is about being open to love, open to connection, and open to the possibility of both joy and pain. When you unlock your heart, you allow yourself to experience the full spectrum of emotions, from deep sadness to intense joy, because you trust that all of them are part of the human experience. In embracing vulnerability, you stop hiding parts of yourself. You no longer feel the need to protect yourself from the world because you recognize that true strength lies in allowing yourself to be seen and heard. Vulnerability opens the door to deeper relationships, greater empathy, and more meaningful connections with others. It takes courage to be vulnerable, especially in a world that often values perfection over authenticity. But the more you embrace vulnerability, the more you discover the power it holds to heal, to connect, and to transform. Unlocking your heart means releasing the fear of being vulnerable and learning to trust in the beauty of being truly seen. It's through vulnerability that you can fully embrace love, and it's through love that your heart is unlocked. Another critical element of unlocking your heart is practicing forgiveness. Holding on to past hurts, grudges, and anger only serves to keep your heart locked up and weighed down. Forgiveness is not about condoning what was done to you or excusing the actions of others. It's about releasing yourself from the chains of resentment and allowing yourself to heal. When you forgive, you free yourself from the grip of the past and open up space for new opportunities, new experiences, and new relationships. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It allows you to let go of the negative energy that can accumulate when we hold on to pain and disappointment. To forgive is not to forget, but to release the emotional hold that the hurt has on your heart. It means you choose to move forward with peace instead of letting bitterness define your future. Unlocking your heart requires you to make the conscious decision to forgive, not just others, but also yourself. We are often our own harshest critics, and sometimes the hardest person to forgive is the one in the mirror. But in order to fully unlock your heart, you must forgive yourself for the mistakes, the regrets, and the things left undone. When you do this, you allow yourself to embrace your humanity and give yourself permission to start fresh. Forgiveness opens up space for love, compassion, and healing to flow freely through your heart. Another crucial element in unlocking your heart is letting go of the need for external validation. In today's world, it's easy to seek approval and validation from others. Social media, peer pressure, and societal expectations often place immense pressure on us to measure up to certain standards or ideals. But when you rely on external validation, you give away your power. You allow others to dictate your sense of worth and your place in the world. Unlocking your heart means reclaiming your sense of self-worth from within. It means learning to validate yourself, to affirm your value, and to trust that you are enough just as you are. You don't need anyone else's approval to know that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness. External validation may provide temporary satisfaction, but it will never give you the deep, lasting peace that comes from knowing your worth internally. When you unlock your heart, you make the conscious decision to stop seeking approval from others and start giving yourself the love and acceptance you've always craved. When you learn to validate yourself, you free yourself from the constant need for external recognition, and you become empowered to live authentically. You realize that your worth is not determined by others' opinions of you, but by the love and respect you give to yourself. One of the most profound shifts that will take place as you unlock your heart is the ability to release control. So often we try to control our circumstances, our relationships, and our outcomes. We hold tightly to our plans, our timelines, and our expectations, and in doing so, we block the flow of life. When you release control, you allow yourself to trust in the process of life. You recognize that not everything is meant to be controlled, and that sometimes the most beautiful things happen when you let go and allow life to unfold in its own way. Releasing control doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means stepping into a place of trust and surrender. It's about recognizing that there are forces beyond our understanding that are guiding us toward our highest good. When you release control, you stop forcing outcomes and start allowing yourself to flow with life. You stop trying to make everything perfect and instead learn to embrace the beauty of imperfection. Unlocking your heart requires you to trust that you are always being guided, even when the path seems unclear. When you let go of the need to control, you open yourself up to the possibility of miracles, growth, and unexpected blessings. Life has a way of working itself out when you stop trying to dictate every aspect. Releasing control is the key to unlocking the heart and opening yourself up to the fullness of what life has to offer. Lastly, unlocking your heart requires the power of intentionality. Living with intention means being conscious of the choices you make and the actions you take. It means living with purpose, aligning your daily actions with your deepest values and desires. Too often, we live on autopilot, reacting to situations instead of actively creating our lives. Living with intention is about choosing how you want to show up in the world and making decisions that reflect that. When you are intentional, you are not just going through the motions. You are living with a clear sense of purpose and direction. Intentionality requires you to focus on what truly matters and to let go of distractions that pull you off course. It requires discipline, but it also requires flexibility. Life will inevitably throw curveballs, but when you are intentional, you can adjust your course with confidence. Unlocking your heart means living a life that is aligned with your truest desires, values, and passions. It means making choices that bring you closer to your authentic self and to the life you want to create. Intentionality is about being fully present in each moment. making the most of each opportunity and investing your time and energy into what truly nourishes your heart. As you unlock your heart, choose to live intentionally. Set your sights on your goals, align your actions with your values, and trust that living with purpose will lead you to a life of fulfillment and joy. The power of self-love is one of the most profound and transformative elements in unlocking your heart. Self-love is not a fleeting feeling or a simple concept. It's a practice that requires intentional care and consistent nurturing. It's the foundation upon which all other aspects of your personal growth are built. When you love yourself, you treat yourself with kindness, patience, and respect. You stop seeking validation from others because you already know your worth. You embrace your flaws, your strengths, your successes, and your failures, understanding that all of them make you uniquely who you are. Unlocking your heart requires you to look in the mirror and love the person staring back at you, not just in the good times, but especially in the times when you falter. Self-love is about taking care of your emotional and physical well-being, setting boundaries, and making choices that align with your inner values. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. Self-love is a radical act of self-acceptance. It's the practice of treating yourself the way you would treat your closest friend, with compassion and understanding. As you unlock your heart, make self-love a priority. When you love yourself unconditionally, you create the space for all other forms of love, both from others and the world around you. Self-love is the key to inner peace, joy, and fulfillment. It allows you to fully embrace life with open arms, knowing you are worthy of all the good things it has to offer. Another crucial key in unlocking your heart is the willingness to face your fears. Fear is often the greatest barrier that stands between us and the life we desire. It holds us back from taking risks, pursuing our dreams, and stepping outside of our comfort zones. Fear creates a false sense of limitation, convincing us that we are not capable or deserving of more. But when you unlock your heart, you begin to realize that fear is not something to be avoided. It's something to be understood and embraced. Fear is a natural part of the human experience, but it doesn't have to control your action. It can be a teacher showing you areas where you need to grow and where you might need more courage. The key to overcoming fear is to take action despite it. When you face your fears head on, you realize that they are often not as terrifying as appear. Fear loses its grip when you confront it, and you become stronger, more resilient, and more confident in the process. Unlocking your heart means stepping into the unknown, trusting that you are capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. When you release the control that fear has over you, you open yourself to a life filled with possibilities. The more you face your fears, the more you realize that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. Unlocking your heart is not just about overcoming fear. It's about learning to walk through life with courage and confidence, knowing that you can face anything that comes your way. A powerful key to unlocking your heart lies in the art of mindfulness. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the rush, constantly moving from one task to the next without pausing to truly experience life in the present moment. Yet mindfulness is the practice of being fully present, of focusing on the here and now without judgment. When you unlock your heart, you begin to cultivate a mindfulness practice that allows you to be present with your thoughts, your emotions, and your experiences without being swept away by them. Mindfulness enables you to observe your feelings and reactions with a sense of detachment, which in turn helps you respond with clarity and wisdom, rather than impulsivity or emotion. This presence in the moment deepens your connection to yourself and others, allowing you to engage more fully in life. It's through mindfulness that you can begin to quiet the noise of the world and listen to the whispers of your heart. The more present you become, the more aware you are of your own needs and desires, and the more you can make choices that align with your authentic self. Mindfulness also helps you release the burden of worry about the future or regret about the past. It teaches you to focus on the now, to appreciate the beauty in every moment, and to accept what is without resistance. When you unlock your heart through mindfulness, you create a space of peace and inner calm that allows you to navigate life with greater ease and joy. The power of community and connection is another vital key in unlocking your heart. We are inherently social beings, and our relationships with others play a crucial role in our emotional well-being. Human connection nourishes our hearts in ways that isolation cannot. It provides us with a sense of belonging, support, and love. Unlocking your heart means recognizing the importance of cultivating deep, meaningful relationships. Relationships where you can be your true self, where you can be vulnerable, and where you can give and receive love freely. It's about surrounding yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and challenge you to grow. Connection is not just about being around others. It's about being truly seen and heard. True connection allows you to share your experiences, your dreams, and your fears without judgment. It's through these bonds that we are able to heal, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. As you unlock your heart, seek out communities and relationships that encourage your growth and reflect your values. Whether it's family, friends, or a support group, nurturing these connections enriches your life in immeasurable ways. No one has to journey alone, and by embracing the power of community, you open your heart to the possibility of love and connection on a deeper level. Unlocking your heart involves recognizing that you are not alone in your struggles or triumphs, and that there is strength in togetherness. When you allow yourself to connect authentically with others, you also unlock new dimensions of love, support, and shared growth. In the process of unlocking your heart, learning to embrace change is a powerful and transformative key. Change is an inevitable part of life. Yet so many of us resist it because it can be uncomfortable, uncertain, and unpredictable. But when you unlock your heart, you begin to see change as an opportunity for growth rather than something to fear or avoid. Change forces us out of our comfort zones, challenges our beliefs, and encourages us to evolve. It opens doors to new experiences, new perspectives, and new possibilities. By embracing change, you allow yourself to move with the flow of life instead of resisting its natural course. Unlocking your heart requires you to be flexible, to adapt, and to embrace the unknown with an open mind and heart. Rather than clinging to the familiar, you learn to trust that each change, no matter how small, is leading you to where you need to be. Change helps you to shed old habits, outdated beliefs, and limiting mindsets that no longer serve you. It clears the way for fresh opportunities and invites new energy into your life. When you unlock your heart through change, you allow yourself to grow, to transform, and to become the person you were always meant to be. Embrace change, and you'll find that it's not something to fear. It's something to welcome with open arms, knowing that each step forward brings you closer to the life and the heart you desire.